All right, guys. So I want to talk about something that has that I've been going through. Um, I'd say for the past 2 weeks now, and it has to do with Shamrock, and not only that, but also, um, you know, when I got started, and what I've been doing ever since. So currently, I live in, an apartment right now, as you can see. Um, but so what happened was, just to make things a little bit short, is when I was first trying to apply, I noticed that in Tucson they weren't hiring a lot, and I saw that in Phoenix, which is only like 2 hours for those of you that don't know. I saw that they were having a hiring event, so I was like, you know what? Okay, let me see what's up. It's local. I haven't gotten no calls from the Tucson, from the Shamrock Tucson, and so let me go see what's up over there. So just to keep it short, I ended up getting hired, and it was kind of an interesting situation because my lease is coming up on the 30th, and we are currently in October 31st. But when I first got hired was about 2 weeks ago, so I'd say like October 13th, 14th, about there. And so it made it difficult, right? Because it was local, and pretty much saying that either I would have to drive from Tucson to Phoenix every single day, or I would have to eventually, move there. And it made it difficult because, you're just starting your job. It's every 2 weeks, and not only that, your first check is usually not a lot. And so I was like, well, dang, I'm not trying to be paying 2 apartments, 2 electricities, 2 of everything, because then my expenses would just go through the roof. And so I did something crazy. I decided to say, you know what? I'll keep the apartment. I'll keep paying it, whatever. But until I get my first check and until I can officially, get to as close of the date as possible to where my lease will end here, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sleep in my car. And keep in mind, I have never slept in my car before. Maybe like once when I was over there in El Paso, I was trying to apply for a job, but that was the only time I've ever slept overnight. Now, keep in mind, I'm talking about like my plan was to sleep in my car for almost a whole month, right? Because you're talking about October 13th, 14th, all the way up until, November 12th, which is when I would get my full paycheck, and which would be, like the amount that's good enough to be able to afford to move in. And so I was like, dang, like, I've never lived in my car before. I've never slept in my car before for long periods of time. I was like, where am I going to shower? How am I going to afford money to eat? Because, right, it's like, oh, yeah, of course you can go DoorDash, Uber, whatever, make some money on the side. But it's like when you're working physical labor like you are at Shamrock, where you're stocking shelves of cupcakes, ice cream, you name it, 40-pound boxes, and it's just full, the whole truck is just full. You're driving a little box truck, working 54 hours like I just worked. Like, you don't have time to go do all that. Not only that, you're physically tired, especially when you're not used to hard work like I am. Like, I'll be honest, I have not done physical hard-ass labor like this ever, period. Like, maybe when I was working at a warehouse over there, doing furniture and stuff, but I mean, it's just something totally different here, and it's just crazy. But and so, all these thoughts started going through my head, and it was rough. And I mean, I'm still going through it, and I'm usually only here in Tucson at this apartment for the weekends, because I was like, man, like, if I can still sleep in my bed, that would be cool, at least for 1 or 2 nights. And then during the week, I just hustle it out over there and just sleep in my car. And I'll tell you what, man, after the first day or the second day, I wanted to just give up. And it was to the point to where I wanted to just say screw it and quit, right? And I've noticed that I've done that at a lot of jobs. And I'll be straight up, a lot of people, and especially me, I would talk the talk and be like, oh, I want to be successful. I want to own all this shit. You know, I want to be able to help my family. But I was going from job to job to job to job to job, you know, and I just never found anything stable, mainly because I always wanted to leave. You know, I just said, you know, fuck it, pretty much. And I just wasn't getting anywhere after a certain period of time. And so I finally got fed up with myself. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick it out with here. I'm going to try to see what's up. But like I told you, the first or the second day, man, like I was... It's tough. It's tough because essentially when you're living in your car, you get into that mentality. And I had that mentality where it's like, you know how a lot of people get into the thought of like, well, fuck it, I can always go home if I want to, and I could just quit and go back to my comfort zone, or I can stay sleeping in my car and battle these demons. And I was just tired because I'm like, if I go to Tucson, it's not about everyone else. I'm gonna feel shameless. I'm gonna feel hopeless. I'm gonna feel like shit because I'm gonna be like, you know what? I could have made it out there. I could have done it. But I decided to take the easy route and go sleep in my comfortable ass bed, not do anything, knowing there's no opportunities here in Tucson, and try to go from, oh wait, let me wait till I get an apartment over there in fucking Phoenix or till it ends over here, and then I'll make that jump. Sometimes the opportunity comes and you're not ready for it, and you gotta just go. You can't just sit here and be like, oh, I want to jump from apartment to apartment, let me be all comfortable and shit. No, you don't want to always have that opportunity. And if you don't take the opportunity, sometimes you'll never get that chance again. And yeah, man, it was rough because some days I would only eat maybe like once a day. Sometimes I would even forget to eat because of just how busy I was and how just messed up my mental mind was. Like me, I've already gone through a big ass depression when I was younger, and I like to say that I'm no longer depressed, but damn, man, like living in your car is a whole different story. Like, you're dead ass homeless. You're close to homeless. And it was to the point to where I was behind on bills. And I barely got caught up. Like, in you know, because I got my first orientation check was enough to be able to cover my damn phone. It almost got disconnected. And they were literally already calling me, telling me they were going to repo my car. The only place that I was living at, keep in mind, over there in Phoenix, big ass city and shit, all alone. Imagine if they repoed my car. Where was I gonna sleep? And so I was just going through a lot of emotional shit, and it brought me to a dark place again. I was like, you know what? Like, screw life, man. Like, I'll just end it tonight. And it's gotten to the point to where almost every single day I would cry at night. And I feel like crying right now because I'm just like, damn, man, like, just like, man, like you're going through a hard ass labor, and it takes every single little damn bit of motivation out of you to be able to go through some shit like that and to make it on top. And I'm still going through it. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, I already got my apartment, I'm already this. Fuck no, I'm still stressing. If anything, I'm barely trying to find an apartment right now. And even though I'm trying to find one, I can't physically move in because I haven't got paid my second check yet. So I'm having to wait till the 12th to be able to even make any types of moves. And so I'm still going to be sleeping in my car for another 2 weeks. And now it's not as bad because I'm comfortable now after about 2 weeks of going through it. But man, like I said, like I wanted to just end it. Like, there's some days where I would come home late as fuck because I work the nights, and I would come, you know, not even come home, more like go to my rest area. And, you know, that was like an hour away. And, you know, I just wanted to be like, you know what if I were to just crash the car into the damn pole right here and just end it? Like, I'm just sick and tired, man, of just feeling so hopeless and just feeling like, you know what, I'm so close to giving up. And it's brutal, man. And, you know, a lot of people, they can't go through that. And, you know, they want to be comfortable. They want to stick in their safe spot or safe area, right, or whatever, and be comfortable, and that's okay. But, you know, I just I just wanted it for my family so bad. And not only did I go through, you know, like me wanting to kill myself and like just say fuck it, but also the temptations of just being so close, man. Like, it's only 2 hours away, keep in mind, to drive to Tucson. And I was having to drive 1 hour each day to the rest area to be able to actually sleep and not be bothered. And then have to drive a whole another hour the next day to work just to make it on time. And the temptations was just there, man. I was like, you know what? I know I got all my shit in my trunk. My car is a damn mess. There's clothes in the back. There's clothes in the back seat. There's clothes in the trunk. There's like tons and tons of food of like ramen and shit in the trunk. And like there's my pillows there, my blanket, everything. And I was like, damn, man, if I just keep driving 1 more hour, I can make it to Tucson. And I just won't ever come back to freaking over here. And I'll just say screw it. But man, it's tough, man. It's tough. And luckily I have friends that support me. And especially one specifically, his name is Edwin. And honestly, if it wasn't for me talking to him every single day, being like, you know what, dude, like, because he knows what it's like. He slept in his car. And me and him have, and he slept there in his car longer than I have, just to make his dream a reality. And just to show you that by getting out of your comfort zone and doing shit that you may not want to do, and that even though you're so close to giving up, man, he slept for a fucking month and a half over there in Texas. That I don't even think, I think he did have his car. I'm not entirely yeah, he did have his car. He was sleeping in his car in the damn airport parking lot because he wanted to be a flight attendant so damn bad. Not only that, he also was back, you know, behind on his bills, was just going through a lot of mental shit on his end as well, the stuff that I can't get into, but a lot of personal shit that would have just made somebody quit. But him being so damn strong, he slept in his car for a month and a half, and he fucking told me a few days ago that, you know, he passed and that he became a flight attendant officially, and his license is coming in 15 days. And man, I'm just so proud of him, man. Like, I just feel like crying too, because I'm like, damn, man, like, stories like that, they just give you hope. And this man has been wanting to be a damn flight attendant for as long as I've known him, for years. And it's just crazy to finally see his dreams a reality. And to know that it's like, man, this dude went from his comfortable ass trailer here in Tucson to going way the fuck over there in Texas, which is God knows how many hours. And if he would have quit, you know, it would have been whatever. But sleeping in his car, not knowing anybody, not knowing where to shower, showering at Planet Fitnesses, not knowing where his next meal was going to be, etc., 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 going through a lot of the mental stuff, and to come out on top and to be a official flight attendant. And I'll probably add a picture of him if he doesn't mind. Hopefully he doesn't, but if he doesn't mind, I'll edit it and put it in there. And it just goes to show you, man, that like when you're so close to giving up, you just gotta keep pushing, man. And I'll tell you what, some days it's hard, and you know, and I can't say that I'm there yet. My ultimate goal is to just get that apartment, and the day that I do, I'll just keep pushing. And my ultimate moral of the story is I just want you guys to just keep pushing and to understand that, you know what, things aren't always sweet, and you may be so close to really giving up and just wanting to throw in the towel and just quit and just be like, you know what, let me go back to my comfort zone. But you can't, trust me, because the day that you leave, the day that you stay in your comfort zone and you give up, you'll be 80 years old being like, you know what, I wish this, I wish I could go back in time, I regret. People are so full of regrets, man, because they don't jump out of their comfort zone. They don't want to sleep in cars in a different city, not knowing, you know, anybody, not knowing where you're going to sleep, where you're going to eat, where you're going to shower, you know, where you're going to get ready for work, you know, and stuff like that. And some people, they're just not willing to go through that. They want to go from bed to bed, or they want to go from apartment to apartment. And sometimes you can't wait for that moment. You got to just do it. And if you really want to be successful, I truly believe that sometimes you got to do things that other people don't want to do it. And it may seem crazy. And people are like, why would you go from an apartment like you're living in now to living in your damn car when you can just comfortably stay here and drive every single day? Nope. Trust me. If you do hard-ass labor, you understand. Because trust me, go do 14 hours. Go do 16 hours of hard-ass labor and drive 2 hours home. See how you feel. Trust me, you're going to end up on the side of the ditch and your car's going to blow up. Like, physical labor is not something to be messing around with. And so, anyways, just, like I said, the moral of the story is to just keep going. And you may be this close to giving up, but trust me, what your mind gives up before your body does. And, if you just keep pushing, be like, you know what? One more. I swear to God, that's what I've been doing. The first day that I set a date, and that's good to know too, is that if you have a goal or whatever and you're going through some shit right now, set a date and be like, you know what? By this date, I'm going to do it. I don't give a damn if I'm in a good position, a bad position. If I'm not ready, I'm going to do it. And I gave myself a date. November 12th, I'm going to be in that damn apartment, or I'm going to at least be ready to move in close to the 12th or the 13th or whatever. But it can't be, too far past. And that gives me hope, and that gives me something to work towards, because when you think about it, oh, damn, I still got a month. It's like, no. Okay, I still got 29 days. Okay. How many more days you got? 28, 27, 26. And eventually you just bam, bam, bam. And before you know it, time flies, and next thing you know, it's October 31st, and you're almost going to get your apartment in 13 days, just like I am, And so that's my moral of the story, is just keep it real with yourself. It's okay to cry. Like, so many people have told me, oh, you're a bitch, like, you cry, guys aren't supposed to cry. Who cares? That's so stupid. Like, who cares? Like, cry. Like, you're okay to feel your emotions and stuff, but as soon as you're done crying, you keep going. You don't give up, because you're already, just like Eric Thomas says, you're already in pain. Losing is pain. You're already in pain. You might as well keep going and reach that success, because otherwise you will not only continue and stay in pain, but you're also going to cry for no reason. So if you're going to cry, at least cry to keep going and to stay strong. And so if Edwin can do it, if I can eventually do it, you guys can do it too. And so that's pretty much what I want you guys to take from the story. And I hope this helps anybody. And eventually I will do an apartment tour, right? Which is going to be kind of cool once I get it. And it'll go to show you guys that, you know what, God damn it, if I was able to do it, sleep in my car, be scared as shit living on my own, and, having people knock on my damn window, the security guards telling me I gotta leave, trying to open my damn door while I'm sleeping, doing all kinds of other shit that pretty much almost gave me PTSD. And, I'll put that as well, put the little paper that he left me overnight. And, yeah, so, if I can do it, you can do it. If he can do it, you guys can do it too. So, hope this helps, and peace.